Should we have an intro?
This is our podcast intro.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to His Podcast. My name's Oscar. This is my sister, Sophia. This is our podcast. It's called His Podcast, HTS, no I. Thank you for being here. If you're back, thank you for coming again. If you're here for the first time, thank you for clicking on the video, because I've been seeing some of our videos are actually starting to get suggested under like some Sterniolo triplet videos and under like the You Should Know podcast and under the Basement
Do you
Yard
even
podcast,
know who that is?
and under Shits and Gigs. I know who all of those are. Fuck you.
Oh, okay.
And those are exactly the type of shit that we make. Like, that's exactly, I think, the type of dynamic that we have, almost. Except you're not as crazy as, like, Peyton and shit like that. But people that like that shit, I think, would like our shit. So if you clicked on our video from one of those, thank you for being here. Anyways.
And if you didn't, I don't know.
Thank you for being here anyways, because you found your way here some other way. That means, like, maybe someone told you about us, and then you listened to them. So thank you to you and your friend. And
if you didn't find out that way,
good job for just finding out all on your own.
Good job.
Okay, shut up. Stop thinking of new ways. Sophia, you know
Oscar,
where I was right now?
Walmart.
No. Yes, but that's
Liar.
not what I'm talking about.
He was in your car.
You know where else?
On the sidewalk.
You know where else?
On the street.
Okay, Sophia sucks at this game. Anyways, I was at Whole Foods because I'm a fancy bitch, right? And I was looking around at all the stuff. I had a couple things that I was going to get, but I was also looking around just to see like what else they have, right? Mm-hmm. You know what they have? And it's seeing that they have this is my favorite part about being at Whole Foods. You know what they fucking sell at Whole Foods, Sophia?
Let me guess. Whole apples. Whole grapes. Whole pizzas. No slices.
You're really ruining the flow of my joke here. Bro, with shittier jokes. Like if these were good, then it would like add to the value of it, but you're really fucking it up.
No, but that's my value. I'm a shitty person with shitty jokes, and they're like, oh, she's so shitty. But like, honestly, that was a little funny. Like, why did I find that funny? And then I'm like, I don't know.
No,
I think we have problems.
That doesn't make sense. Fuck you. You know what they sell at Whole Foods?
What do they sell at Whole Foods?
White Claws.
Like rars or like
the fucking drink. That's so fucking funny to me.
Back scratcher.
That's so funny to me because they sell White Claw, right? And in my head, when I see and it's not even like 1 or 2 boxes on the side, off to the side. It's like a little fucking tower. Like, you know, the little, like how they have all the shelves in the fridges and stuff and all the rows, and then they have the little individual towers. It's a whole fucking tower of like 50 boxes of White Claw. Like, it's like there. And it's towards the entrance.
Still failing. Why is it funny though?
Because in my head, when I see that, that means Whole Foods is like, hey, eating healthy is awesome. You know what's even awesomer? Getting fucked up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Do they have bologna at Whole Foods?
I don't know, but you know what I mean? Like, yeah, eat all the healthy food, eat all the fresh produce, get all the fucking organic meat and this and that and whatever. But don't forget to get fucked up. Like,
you should try Sprouts.
I don't even know where one of those is by here. The Whole Foods is like fucking 5 minutes away, so like.
That's why you Google it, dummy.
Why Sprouts over Whole Foods?
Yeah, dummy.
Why Sprouts over Whole Foods?
What? You said white Sprouts?
Why Sprouts
over Whole Foods?
Yes.
Because I've never been to Whole Foods, but I've been to Sprouts and I liked it there.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up, bro.
And apparently it's supposed to be... No, listen. There's actual reasoning behind my reason. You need to go to Sprouts, because I've never been to Whole Foods, but you have. So then you go to Sprouts, and then you tell me which is better.
Celeste, I think, has been to both.
We're not talking about this.
I thought you were going to be like, fuck Celeste.
Okay, I've decided also, I'm going to show you everything I'm going to be eating within the podcast. Because I don't know. I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
This
what is that called?
Is bread. It starts with an M. Montadas. Is it that? It starts with an M. What is it?
Keep guessing.
No, what is it? Monsetada? No.
Sophia is
ask Ma.
Professional no sabo. Tell her what you thought it was called first.
Montadas?
Yeah.
That's a word though, right? That's like a thing?
Tell her.
Mom! Mother.
I'm not 100% sure what it's called. I'm pretty sure I know what it's called, but I know she doesn't know.
Why are you talking shit?
Oh, fuck, you can hear me!
Why are you talking shit?
I forget she can hear me!
You think I'm not there, you jackhole! It's connected to my headphones, you dummy. Anyways, Mom. What's the dish called with the bread? You are an idiot. What's the thing called with the bread and then the beans and the cheese? Mollete. What's montadas?
Montadas is when the egg is on top of the enchiladas.
Oh, like enchiladas montadas or chilaquiles montadas.
On top of anything.
Oh, mollete.
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 I'm glad they can hear all of this. Sophia's a professional no sabo kid, you know?
Dude, speaking of no sabo, hold on. We'll get there. I have a story. It's pretty fucking funny, actually. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Mollete. I have some chips if I want something salty. Some ASMR. And white chocolate chip macadamia nut cookies. Just in case I want something sweet. Anyways. Oh! Look at my water bottle. It's so cute. It's got little watermelons. It's not watermelon flavored, though.
It's watermelon flavor. It makes everything watermelon flavored.
So, I'm bad at Spanish, right? I've been having to speak more Spanish because of where I work. Like, there's a lot of people that speak Spanish. So, like, I know several, like, terms that relate to, like, my job in Spanish, right? And one of the things I have to say is, like, scoot closer to me in Spanish. And the entire time, Oscar, I can't tell you how many times I've said this.
Oh my God.
I don't even know if you'll get it.
Oh my
but
God.
I can't tell you how many times I've said this. And none of the patients... One, like, okay. I would say, escuche más para mí. Do you know what escucha means?
Escucha means listen.
Yes! So this entire
she's
time
saying listen closer to me.
Listen closer to me. But the thing is, I'm also going like this when I say it. And so they just kind of look, and then they scoot closer to me. So I thought I'd been saying it right this whole time. Until the tech was with me in the room. And she was like, what did you just say? She just started laughing. And I was like, escucha más para mí? And she was like, you're telling them to listen closer to you. I was like, what? And then the patient was like laying, like she kind of looked at me. She was like, yeah, that's what she said. And I was like, why has no one corrected me? All of the patients have just been like, okay.
They're not gonna.
So I'm like, I wonder if they just think. Now I'm like wondering if they just thought I was an asshole that's been like, listen closer to me. You know what I mean?
That'd be funny, actually.
Or because I always preference everything saying like
preface.
Whatever. Mi español es muy mal. I can't speak English or Spanish, guys. Sorry. Mi español es muy mal. Perdón. Right? So I wonder if they're just like, yeah, she really can't speak Spanish that well.
She was like, yeah, she meant it.
She meant it, yeah. But also because I've been like going like that, so they're like, scoot closer to her.
Speaking of, I don't think we've told that story. My cousin got married in Mexico, right? Mm-hmm. So she made all of us fly to Mexico. Thanks, Amber. You fucking... No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. It was cool.
It was cool.
I was going to talk shit and be like, thanks, Amber. You fucking asshole. Man. But I know Diego's going to see this and he's going to show her. So, like, I'm just playing. Anyways, we all went to Mexico, right? Hold on. This is the first time I've gone to... No, never mind. I lied. Anyways, we got our passports because we were also going to go to Jamaica earlier last year. So we had our passports and shit, right? And we were going to Mexico. And I flew out from here. And I fucking go. And then you're going... Like, you got to go through customs and shit. So I was going through customs. And I was like, fuck. Because, like, everyone was speaking Spanish. And I was kind of like... But they would also, like, point. So they're like, whatever. And I was like... Go that way. And then I just follow everybody, right? There was a point where you get in line and you show them like your little custom sheet that you filled out with what you're bringing and shit. And you're supposed to give them your passport and stuff. And I was like, fuck, like I don't speak Spanish. I hope these guys speak English. They should. It would make sense. They work at fucking customs. English is like the, I think, most commonly spoken language. Like it's universal. The most common. Yeah, it's the like universal language. Like everybody everywhere speaks whatever they speak and English usually, right? So I'm like, hopefully, whatever. So then I go, and the dude's speaking to me in Spanish, and I'm kind of like, fuck, like I'm catching certain things, because I can understand like 99% of what my parents say, and I can understand most of what like my aunts and uncles and my grandma says. But outside of that, when I start hearing Spanish from other people that I'm not used to hearing it from, I have a way harder time. Like, I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me. But, like, if I listen to Spanish music, I don't understand as much of it. I could kind of break it down if I, like, read it, maybe. Or if I read things in Spanish, I have a much harder time, like, understanding it. But, anyways, so I was kind of nervous. Like, shit, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do what this guy is telling me. And I flew out by myself. I wasn't there with my family or anything. So I wasn't having anyone there to help me. You know what I mean? So then I go and the dude speaking to me in Spanish. And I was like, fuck, like, and then he kind of looked at me like, I just said something to you, and then I was like, ¿hablas inglés? Right? Just asking him if he speaks English, and this son of a bitch was like, sí, pero tú hablas español, which means yes, but you speak Spanish, which
in other words, fuck you.
In other words, fuck
You're
you,
in
like,
Mexico.
Yeah, he's like,
Spanish,
fuck you, you
bitch.
speak Spanish, bro. Period. And the problem is like,
he should.
I think I told it a little wrong actually. He had started saying shit, and then he said like pasaporte, and I was like, oh, that's passport. And then I gave it to him, right? And then he had already done like 1 or 2 things where I had kind of managed to do it. And then he was like, he said some shit and I didn't understand him. But he already had reason to believe that I did. And I was like, ¿hablas inglés? And he was like, sí, pero tú hablas español. And I was like, no, I don't, you fucking asshole. Like,
you're like, I barely do.
Fucking help me out here. And he did it the whole time. Like, I was kind of like, fuck. And then he said some other shit. And then I understood it. And then he was like, see, I told you, bro, what you tripping for? And he's like, get out of here. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, I was super shitting my pants. It was funny. Which reminds me, actually, this is a fucking ongoing problem that I have.
Shitting your pants?
No. That was so good.
I know.
I keep speaking Spanish to people that speak Spanish when I don't speak Spanish. Keeps getting me in a lot of trouble.
Why would you do that?
Because, listen, I'm typically, I say, I'm not one of those Mexicans that only says certain things in Spanish, right? Because that shit kind of annoys me. I don't understand why people do it. But anyways, but I digress.
But then he does it.
But I'll say mande a lot when people are speaking to me in Spanish. I don't know why. Well, duh, because they're speaking Spanish. But still, I say mande way more than I realize it. Because even, like, okay, let me not get ahead of myself. There was a Chick-fil-A at the university that I went to, right? So I went one time, and I walk up to the register, and the lady says something, something, something in Spanish, because everybody at that fucking school speaks Spanish, so it's like, it's reasonable for her to assume I do too, right? She says something, something, something in Spanish, and I was like, mande? And I was like, fuck! I said mande. So now she thinks I speak Spanish, I just didn't hear her. Not, I don't understand what you said. And then she kept speaking in Spanish and I was like, fuck. And I started speaking English. But once Mexicans have a reason to believe you understand them, they're like, fuck you. They don't speak English. So I kept speaking English. I was like, let me get a number 4 with blah, 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 blah in English. And she kept speaking to me in Spanish. And I was kind of like, fuck, like trying to understand her and shit. Because she's not related to me. So I'm not used to hearing her speak it. It was annoying. Another time, we were on a plane and we were sitting in the like emergency exit thing. And then the stewardess has to come ask you, are you willing to help in the event of an emergency? And she had said it to me and I didn't realize she was talking to me. And I was like, mande? And the lady was like, because she was like Caucasian, right? And she just kind of looked at me like, hello. And then I was like, I didn't hear what you, like, what? And then she was like, you have to say yes. And mom was like, you have to say yes. Like, you have to verbally say yes. And I was like, yes. And then mom was like, you fucking idiot. You're speaking Spanish to her. Like, she doesn't know what you said. And I was like, I said mande? And she was like, yes. And I was like, oh, oops. Like,
whoops the daisy.
I didn't even realize it.
Oh my God.
Anyways,
Oscar.
Spanish is funny.
I finished my mollete, right? And it was really good. And I was like, you know what? I want something sweet. So I grabbed the macadamia nut cookies that I brought. And I was like, those are sweet. They expired August 23rd.
That sucks. I totally wouldn't still eat them.
It's not even like it expired like 2 days ago. You know, it's already been a month. It's already been over a month.
Dude, you're selling this way too much. Stop crying, you fucking asshole.
I'm so sad. I really wanted to eat them.
I just saw some shit the other day where it was like, there's 2 kinds of people. People that respect expiration dates and people that don't. I think Celeste posted it because she said some shit about Alan.
Oh my God. And it wasn't even in the freezer. Like, if it was in the freezer and expired, I'm like, nah. But it was in the freezer, which means expiration date is like longer.
Null and void.
It was in the pantry. So that now sucks. I'm just going to have to eat fucking chips.
Salty ass fucking chips.
Salty ass, not sweet chips. The thing is, I have cookies and cream ice cream, but we're already recording. I can't just go and get cookies and cream ice cream.
I mean, if you want to be really fat, you can.
Okay, feeling this. Let's go.
What story can I tell to the viewers? Oh shit, you're gonna get me.
You guys, dummy, no. We're going on a trip. We're going on a trip.
Did you take the camera with you?
Zooming through. Duh.
Oh.
Little lines.
Well, now I feel left out. What the fuck? I'm not seeing what's going on.
Me and Oscar are recording. That's my dad. We'll blur you out. Don't worry.
No, we won't. I don't know how to do that.
You wouldn't like that. You just make the screen like blank. Oh. For however long. Duh, dummy.
Anyways, guys, check it out. We're going. Andrew, the homie that I mentioned a couple episodes ago, he's back in town, right?
You have friends?
And then Perkins' younger brother is back in town. No, these are more like siblings of my friends and friends of my cousins. Anyways, he's in town. We're going to the Cardinals game. They're playing the Washington, what are they, Commanders? Either way, I'm not wearing a Cardinals jersey or a Commanders jersey. I'm wearing a fucking Shane Falco jersey, which I'm gonna have to reverse it because it records reversed. I'm wearing a Shane Falco jersey from the fucking Replacements because I'm cultured and cool. And I got this jersey a while ago. Well, my dad bought it. But I got this jersey a while ago, and I was like, I don't really give a shit about football. So every time there's a football game, this is the jersey I'm wearing. So I'm going to wear it today at the actual game. I don't think anybody's going to notice or realize what it is, but it'd be pretty cool if someone did. Because then it'd be like, oh shit, the Replacements, that movie's the shit. Shane Falco, Keanu Reeves, woo. And I'd be like,
yeah, they're hot.
What?
Just kidding. I honestly don't
The
even
fuck
know.
are you talking about?
Like, their face. Because you're all
Shut
saying the
up,
people's
Sophia.
names. And I was like, yeah, they're hot. But, like,
Shane,
I
oh my
honestly
God.
don't.
Shut up.
I, like, don't know, like, I
Shane
can't put a
Falco is the
face.
character's name. Keanu Reeves is the actor that plays him.
Which one's Keanu Reeves?
You know who he is. You just don't know his name, apparently, you fucking asshole. Keanu Reeves is the
sorry.
dude. Let me see. What do you know for sure that he's been in? You're kind of a dingus, so you might not. Have you seen John Wick?
No.
I don't think you have. I don't think you've seen The Matrix either, have you?
No.
Fucking useless.
I just know the Matrix are when they're like, there's like a bullet coming this way, and they're like, whoosh, and it goes like that. That's all I know.
Are you doing it for the camera?
You
right
didn't see, but yeah, I did.
Let me see. What else is he in? Have you seen... I don't think you've seen Point Break because you're a loser. I don't think you've seen Speed. I don't think you've seen fucking The Devil's Advocate.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one. We're going to go back now. We got the kids. Let's go. We're going on a trip in my favorite rocket ship. Zooming through the sky. Little Einstein, climb aboard.
How many John Wicks are there? Holy shit.
There's so much to find. Little Einstein. Oh, but The Devil's Advocate. Is that the one where he's a lawyer and he turns out to be the son of the devil, and then he sleeps with this chick, and the devil's like, ha ha ha, you slept with your sister, you nasty fuck. And then he's like, I am a nasty fuck. Okay,
that's an interesting description. Yeah, that one where he's like, I win, that's my job, that's what I do. That dude.
Oh, I don't remember that part of the movie, but I believe you.
You're such a loser, bro. Anyways.
What?
You're so uncultured. Hey, I need to ask you because I'm sure you'll know. What the fuck?
I don't know.
That was pretty funny. What the fuck are siren eyes? Because to my understanding,
not those. Those are really bad.
Anyways,
yeah. No, that's what everyone looks like trying to do with siren eyes, but that's not actual siren eyes.
To my understanding, a siren is like a mermaid. It's a mermaid, but like the evil original mermaids that like lure you in to the sea and fucking kill you, right?
Yeah.
So what are siren eyes, and why are we like romanticizing these murderous creatures?
We're not romanticizing the murderous creatures. We're just like, hey, siren eyes, they're sexy. That's why they got murdered in the first place, because they drew you in. You know what I mean? No, but they're not looking at the murderous part. They're just like,
just brushing that under the rug.
Anyway, siren eyes, they're like trying to like be seductresses, and they're like, that's what the whole thing is. Like, just basically, it's another trend where it's like, ooh, look at how sexy I am, smolder, but like they can't do it.
Wouldn't you let me kill you like that?
Yeah, like, but like no one does it right. I think I've seen maybe one that does it right. Speaking of,
that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
you know,
I'm trying to understand what the goal is. Like, what is it supposed to look like when you do it right? You know what I mean?
Sexy.
What kind though?
Like, no. What do you mean? What kind? No, because there's cute, there's hot, there's beautiful, and then there's sexy. Sexy is its own category.
It's an umbrella, ma'am. There are different things within it.
Okay, like sexy hot then. Like that's a bad bitch right there. Like, oh my god.
Well, either way,
like,
that's still not an actual description of like what the like I need you to show me an example, you know what I mean?
I can't do them. That is my example.
I'm not asking you to do it, dummy. I'm asking like you could send me a picture of someone doing it. Like,
okay, I'll send you a picture and you'll put it up here.
Okay. Because girls have all sorts of bullshit names for eyes. Like, I've heard of, like, doe eyes. Don't know what that is. Heard of siren eyes.
That one?
Don't know what that is.
Doe eyes is, like, more like round eyes. But, like, naturally. Not, like, But like, you know how Celeste just naturally has really round eyes?
No. So
Like,
is it a face that you have, or is it a face that
it's
you
like
make,
an eye shape,
or is it
it's like an eye shape?
An eye shape that you have naturally.
It's like an eye shape that you have. Some people have it naturally. Some people can like make it look like that and not look like a crazy person like me, you know? But yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking of TikTok trends, there's this song, I don't know if you've seen it, but like, I can't remember. I've seen the trend. I'll send you to it. But basically, like, it's supposed to be this thing where like a girl and a guy, right? They can be dating. I've seen it mainly when they're dating, but I've also seen it when they're just friends. Are they actually just friends? Who knows? But like, whatever. And then I've seen like just like if they're like related, right? And it's supposed to be like, oh, showing my boyfriend this dance. And at one part it says, I think like dumb dick or something like that. And she goes like that. And then she hits him in the balls. Like she like, God.
Oh,
like,
I saw that. I saw something. I saw some people
dude,
making fun of that.
That's trending. That's trending. And I don't get how it's trending. Because like the girls that do it, like he'll be like, oh, because you know, I'm sure it hurts. And he's like, oh. And then she's like, ah, ha, ha, you're in pain. And I don't get why that's a thing. I'm like, dude, like.
Assault is like a trend.
Assault? Like that's you know, and you know what? And it's not even like I punched you in the shoulder. Like, no, those are his genitals. That hurts, you know?
Either way, it's in a relationship. Like, if it's your, like, I could understand if it's a trend to hit your friend, but in a relationship, like, you know, domestic abuse is domestic abuse. Like, that's another layer.
Even if it was to the friend, I don't get it. Because if there was a trend going around that's like a song said, let me slap them titties, and then the dude like slapped them titties.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to get into the double standard here, because there's no way in hell this would ever be. We would have a trend anywhere near this for guys. But, you know, I don't want to digress and piss people off because I'm logical. But anyways, I'm saying, like,
anyway, no,
I think the relationship adds another layer of, like, what the fuck? This isn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, because I know that if I was in a relationship and I had a dick and they did this to me and they hit my dick, I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck?
Nah, getting hit in the dick doesn't hurt as much as the balls. The dick is like just kind of like getting hit anywhere else. Like, it's not particularly sensitive the way your nuts are. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but isn't it in such close proximity? Like, if you hit it,
if you hit one, you're probably gonna hit the other. But it's like
exactly.
But they're different things. It's like getting hit like on the cheekbone and getting hit on the eye. They're really close, but the level of sensitivity is way different. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. These girls aren't being like,
No, but still.
Let me see your dick real quick.
I was just saying.
You know, like.
That was way too fucking, like, clippable, bro. Like, just perfectly, like, uninterrupted. Okay. Anyway, I saw some people making fun of the trend where they're like, this is how fake all of the people doing this trend look. And then they did it like dramatically fake.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's some people that are doing it fake, but like,
it was kind of,
I'm sure there's like a lot of people doing it fake, but yeah, I'm sure there's also people that are doing it like actually, you know, and think it's like, funny. And I'm like, that's not funny. Also, like,
how did you say it earlier? Let me slap them titties. That was fucking hilarious. I didn't laugh at that enough.
I know. I was disappointed.
I was gonna laugh at it, but then I started saying like, yeah, I'm not gonna point out the hypocrisy here. But no, that was hilarious.
It was. I don't get it, but even if it is like fake, like I feel like there's so many, or I don't know. It's weird, things that your brain is susceptible to. Yeah.
Yeah. There's too many kids and shit on TikTok. Like,
yeah. They should have a kids talk.
They shouldn't have kids on social media at all, I think.
Period.
Like, you shouldn't be on social media until you're at least, I want to say at the very least 12, but even then, I think until like high school. You really shouldn't. And like, I could understand like middle school, I could kind of understand the desire or the benefits of like connecting with your friends like outside of school or remotely, whether it's like through video games or social media or this or that. But I don't think it's important enough to justify the downsides that can come with being on social media at that young of an age. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you, see your friends at school. I wouldn't see my friends for the entire fucking summer. You know what I mean? Until I was in high school. Like, it was months.
And if you have phones, you can have their number. Like, that's fine.
Yeah, like that type of shit.
But no, I agree.
Anyways.
Guess what?
What?
Guess what our mother did. Your mother, actually. Guess what your mom did.
Ooh, Mom, she's disowning you.
Just for this conversation. Love you, Mom.
I would never.
We went to our little cousin's wrestling tournament. It's his first tournament like ever. So we're like going in support. Yay, woo, right? We left the house at 7:30. And she's like, you want some coffee? I was like, yeah, I want some coffee. I love coffee. We got coffee, right? And I was like, oh, like, have you eaten anything? Have you eaten breakfast yet? Because my mom was already awake. And she's like, no, like, did you want something? I was like, we could get something like, I was like, I usually do this thing where she was like, do you want something? And I'll be like, I don't know, like, do you want something?
Do you
like,
want
kind
me
of
to
just
want
like
something?
being annoying. Do you, you know? And then we were passing one of the fast food places, and she's like, do you want to get Burger King? And I was like, did you just ask me? Did you just ask me if I wanted Burger King? And to those of you that are confused, Burger King is like a staple piece of like, you never eat it in this household.
Burger King sucks dicks.
Yeah, and not in the fun way, right? Anyways, we're not a Burger King household, right?
Yeah, no. Fuck Burger
And
King.
I was like, did you just ask me? Did you just have the audacity
the fucking
to
gall.
ask me? The gall to ask me I wanted Burger King? And she was like, because you guys might think I'm being dramatic right now in the retelling. No, I basically said it the way I said it right now, just like, because I'm kind of a dramatic person. And she looked at me like, yeah? Like, why do you guys hate Burger King so much? Because it came out recently that our mother apparently doesn't hate Burger King.
No, we've known that. I've known that.
When I say recently, I mean within the past couple of years. Recently in the span of our lives recently, you know?
I've known that for at least like 8 years, since high school.
Oh, I found out like last year. But anyways, besides the point. And she was like, no, like, it's not bad. Like, just the burger. The fries aren't that good. But like, if you just have the burger. And I was like, Mom, realistically, I'm gonna be so fucking real with you right now. I cannot tell you how Burger King's tastes. Like, I could not tell you how it tastes. Like, I can't tell you, like, yeah, I vividly remember, like, wanting to throw up after. I can't tell you. I can't. But it's on principle. On fucking principle. That I will never eat Burger King in my whole life. And then she looked at me like, but like, if you just have the burger, like, the patty's good. I don't put ketchup on there because I don't like ketchup in my burgers. And she's all like trying to convince me. I was like, no, Mom, no, just no breakfast. I'll starve. I'd rather starve.
You're a fucking idiot.
And anyways.
Dude, I thought you were gonna, when she was saying the fries thing, I thought you were gonna be like, Mom, I'm gonna keep it 100% real with you. There's no fucking way I'm eating a burger and not eating fries. Like, you know what I mean?
Honestly, that too. Like,
no, dude, this has been a thing with Mom forever. Mom likes Burger King. Not even, because she'll try and play it off as this, like, it's not as bad as you guys make it out to be. Like, it's okay. No, I guarantee you, Mom likes Burger King more than other places, like more than Wendy's, or like more than like several places that we like. She gets it when she's by herself. She'll get it for like lunch during the open house and shit. Like, I'll catch her, or like I'll get into the car and there'll be Burger King bags. You'll see a bag of Burger King. Yeah. Mom straight up likes it. She doesn't just think it's okay. She actually likes it. And my AirPods are almost dead. And it's been a thing forever where she would try and get us to get it, like, oh, let's get Burger King. Oh, why Burger King? And we're always like, fuck Burger King. Burger King sucks dicks. Why would you even say that, right? And she's like, no, like, it's good. It's not that bad. It's just one of those things, like she refuses to accept that we don't like it. Like, even, I was going to say, she does that with food. It's fucking lovely. She just sent me some bullshit about papaya today. She's like, do you know eating papaya can help prevent balding and this and that because it has blah 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 blah? And I was like, I'd rather go bald. Fuck papaya. Anyways, you can take vitamin supplements. Fuck that. Anyways, it has keratin.
I feel like papaya, like, it tastes good when you first bite into it, but then it has a funky aftertaste.
I think it smells like vomit. Anyways, which means it tastes like vomit.
How do you know what vomit tastes like?
I've vomited, fucking dumbass.
You drink your own vomit?
No, it's in your mouth, Sophia. Shut up. That's good. Anyways, no, Mom fucks with Burger King, like, for reals, and she's a little closeted about it because we always shit on it. But that was the thing I was gonna say.
She's a lot closeted about it.
I can't stand how Mom refuses to accept when we don't like things. Like, when I don't like papaya, or Sophia doesn't like onions, or we don't like Burger King, she always tries to, like, find this reason to dismiss our dislike of it. Like, I don't like papaya, and she's like, but you used to like it when you were younger, but it'll help prevent baldness, but this, but that, but blah, blah, blah. why can't I just not like it, right? Or like you don't like onions, and she's always like, I always put onions in food that I make, and she eats it. No
my
problem.
gosh, she would say that.
Meh, meh, meh.
Yes.
And Sophia's like, yeah, I can taste them, and I don't like them, but I given
But,
up
like,
on complaining and being like ungrateful, demanding you make something
I'd rather
else and shit. You know what I mean?
Starve.
And she doesn't believe it. She's like, yeah, whatever. Like she thinks it's just an excuse, and it's like,
no, but she's gotten better with that recently.
not
with
gotten.
me, at least.
Don't say gotten better, bro. You make it sound like you're parenting her like she's behaving. You fucking asshole. She's started catering to you more because you're the only kid in the house. She stopped putting onions and shit. Is what Sophia means.
Like I said, she's gotten better.
Shut up, fucking asshole.
Recently.
But she refuses to accept when we don't like things, and I think I like it. Bothers me particularly with me because I think I'm one of the least picky eaters I've ever met.
He's the most picky eater I've ever
Fuck
met.
you. No, I'm not. She's literally just saying that to fucking
Have you had fried
go
rabbit?
against me. I would. I haven't, but I would.
You.
But I would try it. Like,
would you
I'm not
kill
one of these
Bunny
motherfuckers. Yes, I'm not
and
one of these
fry him
motherfuckers
up?
that like refuses to try things. And even when after I don't refuse to try things, I often like most things. There are very few things that I can even think of that I don't like. So it's like I fucking
would you eat
everything.
dog?
I don't know. No, I'm gonna say I'm not. Fuck you. I'm not including any of that. Shut up. I'm talking about something. I'm not picky at all. Sophia and Celeste are way pickier than I am. And it's like, you can't just let me have this one fucking thing that I don't eat. Like, why is this such a big deal? I eat fucking everything. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's just me.
I feel like I'm picky with like the ingredients, but not the quality of the food. And Celeste is more picky with the quality of the food rather than the ingredients.
I don't even know what the fuck that means. Celeste doesn't like a lot of things.
But let me break it down for you.
Celeste is the black sheep of the family.
Me, I don't like bell peppers, right? That's an ingredient. I don't like raw onions, right? That's an ingredient. I don't like tomatoes. I've kind of come around to tomatoes a little bit. Like, I don't hate them. Like, if they're diced up in the thing, I won't take the time to pick them out anymore. But if it's in my burger and it's just sliced like that, I'll take it out, you know? Several things, right? I feel like I'm missing one, but I can't think of it. But anyways, right? Ingredients. I'll eat Little Caesars pizza. I'll also eat a better quality pizza like you know what I mean? It's not like they brought home because Little Caesars, you know how it's known to be like not good quality pizza?
Whereas Celeste
you know
is
I mean?
more like she likes fancier stuff. I don't know. I don't think I'm following still. Celeste doesn't like barbecue sauce. She doesn't like ranch. She doesn't like, what else does she not like?
That's all I can think of.
But those are two really big things that really fuck up a lot of our meals. Like,
I don't like most chicken. Like, I am picky with my chicken, honestly. Like,
what do you mean most? Like most types or most places?
Like I think it's a known thing that you don't like chicken fat. Like, chicken fat's not good like steak fat is, right? Or you like chicken fat? Oh, anyways.
You never had chicken thighs, bro.
Anyways, no, I have. And like when it has like the chicken fat,
thinking like the fat on the thighs that from the chicken you get from churches, which is different because then it's just fried up breaded fat. It's not the same as if you're eating it like on a grilled piece of like chicken thigh, like, you know what I mean?
Maybe, but every time I bite into that shit, like I literally gag. Like I cannot finish the chicken. I'm like, nope, I'm done. Like if it tastes like even a little weird, I'm like, Or like, you know how like, it's why I like flats also better than the drumsticks. Because you know how it has like that like cartilage thing
at the end of the drumstick, the part that you grab.
Like, yeah, like the cartilage, but like sometimes it'll also have like stringy like ligament thing. Like, it grosses me out. I can't.
What the fuck?
I don't like it.
Wow.
And then I've come to, because before I used to be like, no, I think I like chicken. It's just like that little thing. And then I was like, there's a lot of chicken that I don't like. Like, I think I only like chicken breast or nuggets. You know what I mean?
Fucking child,
everything else, I'm just like, I'm good. It just gives me the ick. So, like, I'm like, I can't. The same with bell peppers. Like, I can't. Like, we have a video, I think, actually, where it was supposed to be the snack. It was like bell peppers and like cream cheese and like something else in there. Because it's known that I don't like bell peppers. And he's like, look, it's delicious. Eat it. And then I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I bit into it and it was so gross. Like, I literally, like, could not. I hate it. I hate bell peppers. Passion. I also don't like olives.
Black olives?
Yeah. And green ones.
I'm not sure racist. I've had green olives.
I hate them all. I've come around. I used to not like mushrooms, but I've come around to mushrooms. I like mushrooms. Oh, fried mushrooms? Fried mushrooms are so good, bro. Like, so good. I want fried mushrooms. I haven't had them in a while.
I like all of that shit, so.
Yeah. He's the least picky out of all of us.
I literally can't think of any, literally, other than papaya, I can't think of something I don't like. Like.
Me?
I think maybe I don't like horseradish. What is that sauce that they serve?
I don't like horseradish.
The bloomin' onion shit at like Outback and stuff like that.
Oh,
that like
yeah, I think that's horseradish.
That light red spicy mayo thing that they serve with it. I don't like that shit. There's something in there that I don't like, and I think it's horseradish, but I'm not sure.
It's horseradish. Yeah, I read the ingredients. It's horseradish. I don't like horseradish either.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there was I used to be a server, right? And there was a dish at the place that I worked. I can't even remember. I think it's au jus sauce.
Au jus, yeah.
Yeah. Au jus. And have you smelled au jus sauce?
I've fucking drank it. And eaten it with the sandwich.
It's not the
it doesn't smell that good.
It doesn't smell that good, but it tastes good. It's one of those things where it's it doesn't smell the way it tastes, right?
Yeah.
And so this thing, it was an au jus steak. It was like a prime rib with the side of au jus and like coleslaw and like something else.
Yeah.
And the guy ordered it, and I was like, I bet. Click, click, click. Send. Ding, ding. Your food's ready. Okay, get the food. Take it to the table. I'm like, here's your food. Put it down. Go. Start talking to my other table, right? And then I come back, or I go back to the back to get like drinks or something. And I'm coming back to check on my tables, and the dude's like, and I'm like, yes, sir? And he's like, everything in here's really good, but I don't know why you gave me this. And then it was the au jus sauce. And I was like, you ordered the prime rib with au jus sauce, right? Like, that's what you ordered? He's like, yeah. And I was like, that's the au jus sauce. And he's like, yeah. I was like, that's the au jus sauce. And he was like, no, this smells disgusting. And I was like, oh, it smells a little weird, but it tastes good, and that's just part of the meal. And I was like, do you want me to like take it away from like your plate? And he's like, yeah, like I don't know why you would give me something that smells so gross. And I was like, sorry about that.
Jeez, people are dickheads, bro.
People are, I don't know, but I took it back. And then I told the cook, the headline cook, I was like, that just happened. And he was like, what a fucking idiot. I was like, I know, but like, here.
Fuck that guy.
Throw it away, I guess. And then I go back, right? And again, he's like, and I'm like, yes, sir?
This motherfucker was like, where's my au jus sauce?
Yes! And I was like, I just took it back. And he's like, no, that wasn't, I don't know what that was. That was an au jus sauce. I was like, no, sir, it was. It was. And he was like, no, like, you got it wrong. And I was like, I don't think I did. No, that was it. And it was like this whole thing, and I was just like, oh, let me go double check. And I just got the like
headline cook dude. Get the manager, like, fuck that guy.
I did, because there was several managers. There was the floor manager, which was in charge of like the table area, and then there was like the cook manager, right? And I grabbed the cook manager. I was like, this motherfucker is saying it's not au jus sauce, and I don't get paid enough to deal with that shit. And he was like, oh, I'll handle it. And then he goes, and he's like, no, yeah, and then just told him the same. This funny thing is, usually most of the times I grab my manager, they will tell them the exact same thing. I don't know why these people think I'm lying, but anyways.
It's because you're a woman.
He gets them. And he tells him that, and then the guy's upsetty spaghetti about it, and then he ends up leaving. But I was just like, it was au jus sauce. Like, because he was like, I've had it before. I was like, have you? Like, are you sure?
I don't know if I've drank it. I was just being ridiculous. I don't think I actually drank it out of the little bowl thing. But now that I'm thinking about it, I've had a sandwich where that you're supposed to dip it in, and I've done that.
Dip it. Yeah. But I was just like, that whole thing was like weird.
It's really interesting how some things can smell terrible and taste better. Because like we got some hot sauces one time, or I did. And one of them, like I used to put on my chicken thighs and shit. And like I would make like 3 or 4 of them, throw them in a bowl, and I would put a bunch of the hot sauce and then like toss them around. But when I would put that shit in there, the like concentration of it, like it being that much, it smelled fucking horrible. Like the amount of vinegar in there or whatever it was like
It wasn't
like,
it.
it was bad. And I was like, and I remember I was like the second or third time that I was eating it, and I noticed the smell, and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this? And I was smelling, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. And then like a real fat girl, I ate it anyways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I eat it, that shit was delicious. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck is up with this. But every time I ate it after that, I was like,
this is good.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, it's kind of like cheese, like, or I guess it's also weird,
it's like cheese
depending on how cheese, you can smell cheese and you're like, cheese, right? But then if your feet smell like cheese, it's not like, cheese. It's like, ugh, cheese.
What if they have a foot fetish? Then is it like cheese? You know?
I don't know.
That's amazing.
Is that why they? I wonder if all people with foot fetishes really love cheese. You know what I mean? They're just like, I love that shit. And that's why, you know? Maybe it's a cheese fetish.
Shut the fuck up. A fucking cheese fetish.
Tell your friends. Guess who's back? Anyways, speaking of being a woman and not being listened to because you got 2 titties and a vagina, which you said that earlier, but it reminded me of something that, what were the words that just came out of my mouth? Anyways,
I didn't hear you.
Good. I have a story to tell you.
Tell me?
To tell you. So, I work at a hospital, right? Usually there's like this little section where they'll sell a bunch of shit. Like sometimes they sell like life insurance. Sometimes they sell like Girl Scout cookies. Like they just like there's
there are people selling life insurance at the hospital?
Yes, there's a variety.
Fucking dickheads, bro. Hey, you're gonna die too, you know? Fucking.
There's a variety of things that they sell, right? Yeah. Or sometimes they'll have like fundraiser stuff. You know what I mean? Like, oh, like support Jefferson or like America's High School or like whatever. I don't know. And today, or not today, but like I want to say like 2 weeks ago, there was this it was a voter registration. The voter registration people, right? And so they were like telling everyone that would walk by, they're like, oh, hey, like, are you registered to vote? No. Oh, come on. You can, it'll only take 5 minutes of your time. Right? Whatever. And so this place that, like, where it is in the hospital, there's like an outpatient part of the hospital and like an ER side of the hospital. And throughout the day, I'll like walk between both like fairly often, right? And so I'm like walking past them. And this lady, like all aggressively, is like, ma'am, have you been registered to vote? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, you need to come register. It won't even take that long. And I was like, bitch, I already told you I am, which I am. Like, you know what I mean? And then I was just like, I just went like that and kept talking. And she's like, you need to come back. We'll be here all day. I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't know why you're so fucking rude about it, but whatever. Every time, Oscar, that was the rudest instance I had to deal with, but every single time I walked past, I guess they were in shifts, because I think I saw like 3 people in total that day. That was the only time I saw her. Next time it was some other chick, and every time I passed, she'd be like, are you registered to vote? And I was like, yes, I am. She's like, it only takes 5 minutes to register. And I'm like, I'm registered. And then there was a guy who was like, congrats on being registered to vote. And I was like, I am registered to vote. And I was like, I am registered to vote. And he's like, good job. And I was like, okay. And then I walked past again. And the thing is, Oscar, I'm walking past the same fucking people.
Yeah.
And I walked past him again. And he's like, congrats on being registered to vote. And I was like, I am registered. And he was like, it only takes 5 minutes to register. And I was like, I am registered. Like, not only are they bothering me, like,
now
just asking me continuously.
Mocking you,
they're
too.
Not remembering. Like... I'm just like, I was like, do you think I'm lying? Like,
I think I think he was giving you shit because they already noticed, like, that you were bothered by them asking. So he was kind of trying to, like...
No.
You know what I mean?
Didn't remember my face. I know what you mean, but they didn't remember my face. And I know they didn't remember my face because all the other techs that were there, they're like, yeah, they keep asking me. Like, they don't... I wasn't the only one that didn't remember.
Oh, so you're not the only one that
and the thing is, I didn't... The only times I was annoyed was with that first lady that I was visibly annoyed. Because right now I'm retelling it like visibly annoyed, but I'm a polite person, you know, like, whatever. I'm polite. And it was that second dude who, though, because the way he phrased it, like, congrats on being registered to vote, I was like, I am. You know?
Yeah.
Because I heard him say it to the, like, congrats on being registered to vote. And then the other guy was like, oh, I'm actually not registered to vote. And he's like, really? It'll only take 5 minutes? And I'm just like, oh my God.
What a stupid reverse psychology ass move. Like,
I don't know. But I mainly dealt with that middle lady the most. Because I only dealt with that guy twice. And that first chick the one time. And the rest was that middle lady. They tell you that
shit every single time you walk by?
Every single time I walked by,
I just ignore them. Fuck them. Like, I wouldn't even answer them.
At some point, I did. Like, no, because I'll feel bad. Because, like, sometimes if they, like, say it, like, if it depends on, like, if we're, like, right there. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm looking at them, I'm going to be like, I already am. But if they were behind the table talking to me, I was like, oh, look, I am not listening to nothing. I'm just going where I need to go. You know what I mean?
I'm polite, bro, but with salesmen and shit like that, fuck you. Leave me alone. Like,
it was so annoying. I was just like, dude. And I don't know if it's because I look young, and they were just like, she's not actually registered to vote. Like, I don't know what it was, but every single time, it only takes 5 minutes to register, and I'm like, I
just don't believe you.
Registered. I know, they don't.
But I think they just like, they're
what
just
about
like,
my face says I'm a liar?
I think they think nobody wants to do. I think it's just like a typical sales type of thing, like a sleazy sales type of thing of like, you just gotta get them to give in kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
it was so annoying.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
I was so annoying. I had it by the end of the day. I was just like, I'd rather the life insurance people.
Anyways, I'd rather the life insurance people. That's so funny. Speaking of salesmen, you know who's a fucking salesman?
I am.
No.
I could be.
You know who's a fucking salesman?
No. I tried to think about it, but I genuinely couldn't. Like,
Perkins.
His mom is.
Perkins.
He's a salesman?
Perkins.
I thought he was a tax guy.
Now is this portion of the episode. Now is the portion of the episode where we talk about Perkins again. Perkins is a fucking salesman, that son of a bitch. That guy is such a bad influence on me, and I'm way too easily influenced because I think
I was about to say maybe you're just
no. You know why? You know why? Because in my stupid brain, I'm like, he's my friend. Listen to him. My mistake. You know. Anyways, I knew he should just be my roommate and not my friend. He's a bad influence. That motherfucker's always like trying to influence me to do shit. Like, I'll be like, oh, I was thinking of getting this or whatever, but I don't know. Like, it's kind of expensive. And he's like, I think you should do it, bro.
You deserve a nice thing.
Yeah, that type of shit. That type of shit of like, yeah, bro, you've been working hard. Like, but then he'll do it because he just wants to see if he can get me to do it. That's why I say he's a salesman. Because look, this is what happened last time, right? We were at the mall. And then, you know, those like, there's like smoothie tea places, and then there's like healthy smoothie places that have all sorts of healthy shit in there, right? There was like a little shop stand thing, but like a big one, where it was like a healthy smoothie place with like wellness shots and like whatever the fuck. And we were there, and we met up with Andrew and his brother, and Josh and Andrew and his brother are all talking and whatever, and some of Andrew's family is there, and me and Perkins are there, and we're just kind of like, just all kind of standing there, whatever, hanging out, chit-chatting, right? And Perkins, out of nowhere, turns around and faces the smoothie thing. And then I kind of like notice him. And then I was kind of just whatever. And then he's like, this is how he does it. All fucking nonchalant, all friendly and shit, right? He's all like, hey, you've had this place, haven't you? And I was like, what? And he was like, this place. And I turn around and he was like, haven't you had this shit? And I was like, nah, I've never had it. And he was like, oh, I could have swore you had it. And I was like, nah. And he was like, looks good though, huh? And I was like, yeah, it does look good.
It does look good.
And then it was like, and then I kind of stopped paying attention, and I look, and he's still looking, and I'm like, what do they have? And he was like, they have this, this, and that. And I was like, oh, cool. And he was like,
sounds good.
He's straight up like, you should get some. And I was like, I don't know. And he was like, I think he's like, you, or no, he'll say shit like, we should get some. And I'm just like, we should. And then we fucking go. And I was like, this son of a bitch. And then here's the thing. Yesterday, we were at the mall again, and we were walking by the Cinnabon and Tian's place, right? And then we were there with his friend, and his friend was gonna get something, and he was like, "Oh, you guys want to get something, whatever?" And we were like, "Oh, should we, whatever?" And then I tried to fucking reverse the roles because I've already talked to these guys about how Perkins is a bad influence and he makes me do things. And then I was in my head, I was like, all right, look, I'm gonna bad influence Perkins to do this shit. Watch. I was like, oh, he's getting some. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you should get some, bro. You haven't eaten in a while. Because he had eaten before me and Josh ate, and then we all went out to eat, but
You
mostly
guys
me and
ate.
Josh ate, and he just had like a little snack sort of thing. And then we were at the mall.
Yeah.
So it was like hours since he had eaten. And I was like, you should get something, bro. You haven't eaten in a while. And I thought that was a pretty good, like, inception, right?
Yeah.
This motherfucker goes, you haven't eaten in a while.
He said, "Uno reverse."
Yeah, he was like, fuck you. I know what you're doing. Like, and I started laughing.
Can't
I
fool
started
a
telling
fooler.
I started telling his brother, I was like, this motherfucker, he's a bad influence. He always sells me on bullshit. I was like, last time we were here by the fucking smoothie bar, he's like, you should get some. I was like, I should get some. I was like, I was there. I was minding my own fucking business, bro. Listening to Josh and Andrew's conversation. Didn't even realize that smoothie bar existed. Within 3 minutes, I was giving them my fucking email to sign up for a free wellness shot and all this fucking bullshit. And he started laughing his ass off. I was like, this motherfucker got me to do that shit right away. And there's other instances
so
that
funny.
I can't think of, but he does that type of shit where he's like, yo, you feel like getting a burger? And I'm like, I do feel like getting burgers. And I was like, there's this new place.
You're
I was
like,
thinking
actually.
I was thinking of trying it. There's this new place, whatever. And he's like, you down to go? Or you know what I mean? Like bullshit like that where he'll kind of like make me feel like it's it's my idea. And then I was kind of calling him out on it yesterday, and I was like, he does that shit, bro. He always gets me. And then he was like, it's because like I don't want to do it by myself. Like I want to do it like I want someone to do it with me, or I want someone to try it with me. And I was like, yeah, but you always set it up. I had to burp there, and it made my voice crack. And I was like, yeah, but you always set it up like it's my fucking idea, and you're joining me in trying it. Thanks, Perkins,
You're
for
like,
being my
ooh.
buddy. You know what I mean? Fuck that guy. He's not my best friend. I take it back.
Oh!
Anyways,
I've been downgraded.
I gotta go. We're gonna leave here pretty soon, and I think I need to eat because I think they already ate.
Okay.
But all right, that was cool.
funny.
You guys got to see a bit of Sophia's casa outside of her room, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, Tro, Sophia.
Okay. So, thank you. We hope you have a great day, and we would like you to comment and subscribe and like, and we
What the fuck are you doing with your hands? Are you signing?
No, I really am not. We will see you next time. And the funny thing is,
I'm
because
gonna
of the way
see
that
what you're doing when I edit it, but I can't see it
when
right
he
now.
edits it.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Fuck her.
Bye.
Bye. Subscribe.
We love you.